What is going on, guys? It's Sebastian back from Noble Frugal Studio. I know it's been a little while since I made a video. The last videos were my anniversary, Opentoonz anniversary videos, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Took a lot of work making a lot of those videos the entire week. Kind of reminds me of the first days when I started out making videos every day of the week. But anyway, today we're going to be doing a lip sync tutorial. Now, a lot of lip sync, the connotation that lip sync has is that you're going to have an automatic system, sort of a bone rigging that you're going to be able to move the mouth, and that's sort of not my approach here. My approach is to have a very clear way of drawing the mouth as to sync to a certain lip arrangement. So I got this phoneme. I'm not really sure. There should is a way to pronounce that. Mouth chart made by Will Boyer and taught by John Kelly. Now, thank you to both Will Boyer for drawing this and John Kelly. And I've recorded a little sample of voice that I'm going to be using. Peter Piper picked a... Yeah, that's sort of the entire thing. Peter Piper picked a... And a peck of pickled peppers. There we go. So I'm going to be using that to help me as a guide for when I'm drawing my mouth. So first off, all you want to do is really follow what sound is being produced. So say, let's start up. Let's see. Peter. So right now, at first we have Peter. So if we go here, we're going to have P, and we're going to start with the mouth just kind of like that. So let's extend this a little bit and draw a mouth. Just like that. Nothing special. And then we have E, which is right here. E is this sort of almond shape, and we're going to expand it just a little bit so I can see where the E is. And we're going to go down to where the Peter starts. Actually, we're going to have this extend one frame, and this is Peter. This is where the E starts, and we're going to draw just sort of like a mouth. I'm going to replicate the pictures drawn by Will Boyer, just for the sake of time, but maybe in the future I will do my sort of own approach to drawing these mouths. And there are good videos on drawing open mouths if you guys need help. I know there's a good video by Cycryaz, and I'll actually link it in the description. It's very important to know how to draw mouths like that. He's a very good artist. He made a video on that a while ago, and I think it'd be helpful if you guys were to check that out. So definitely look in the description for that. All right, so now we got P, which is Peter, and then Peter, and now we want to get the part of. So Peter's a little fast. Let's see. Peter. So Peter's on this little chunk right here. So we want to get the Peter part. Now where is Oh, yeah. I don't know if they have an in here. Well, they don't have an in here, but I want to tell you guys that is a little bit like O. So it's kind of like O, but it also has teeth in it. So I know it doesn't have it on this chart, and you don't necessarily have to follow the chart, because this chart is a little bit cartoony, and depending on the style that you're doing, say if you're doing like an anime style, your expressions are not going to look too much like this. So it's good to know that to note that to follow these guys, but you don't have to follow them and make your characters break the style, if you know what I mean. So Peter, a little bit of curve on the top. Peter, it's a little skinnier than that, actually. I think. I'm not too sure about but so Peter. Yeah, Peter Piper. And since we're going Peter. So that's Peter. So we got that. And then when it goes to Piper, see Piper, we're gonna go back to the P, which is right here, which is this sort of just a basic sound. So I'm gonna actually click this dot, and this dot will allow me to, instead of that being on my own screen, it'll just allow me to always see that in the background, which is very cool. I liked when they added that update in Opentoonz. So we'll just have this mouth again, Peter Piper. So now we're going to go from P to I, which is a little bit, it's a lot like E, but a little less, with a little less diameter, I guess you could say, since it is kind of an almond shape. It's a little less wide and a little more tall, let's just say. So we're gonna replicate that like this. Let me actually see what the E looked like from my reference, and so I can actually use that. And also, this is a good example if you guys are practicing squash and stretch. If you guys learn, I've also, in one of my videos, I believe I linked to an Alan Becker series of where he taught squash and stretch. Very, very good videos by him, always good stuff. But he talked about the 12 principles of animation in this series of videos. And what that did for me was sort of, well, it introduced me a while ago, and it allowed me to really understand animation on a deeper level. And this is a good example of one of the principles, squash and stretch, which is really essential for certain styles. Like, of course, you won't see it a lot in anime, but the principle itself you need to understand in order to be successful. So let's go to the next vowel here. Piper. Peter. Piper. Ipe. So we'll put the P right here. Peter Piper. Okay. And so that's really it, guys. All you gotta do is use one of these charts, get the vowels on, and you know, it's really not that hard. Like stuff like la and la wouldn't be too difficult with these kind of charts to keep you company, and so you know you're not really alone in this lip syncing struggle. Let me copy this just for the sake of time. Control C. You get to use a lot of control things in Opentoonz. They don't really have a copy and paste on the right click menu. So Piper, let's see. And so Peter Piper. Oh, a little bit laggy there. Actually, let's go into preview mode and see what this looks like. Set stop marker. So I set the stop marker up there. And we can go into preview mode, and we can actually look at our mouth like this. Let's see how it looks. Piper, Peter Piper, Peter Piper, Peter Piper, Peter Piper, Peter so Piper, Peter Piper. Right now, as you noticed, and but the thing we're really looking for is the vowels are right. Now you can go ahead and start doing such like this and in betweening it. Let me just do a little bit of example. You can start in betweening it, where you can just do like where the mouth is like just about to come up like this, and the teeth are still together, and you see little things on the side of the mouth. Maybe the lip is still there. You can go ahead and start doing that, and it'll make the transitions a little more seamless. So you have, we should do like this, whereas he's kind of winding down from being, his teeth are still up here, relatively close. I'm gonna draw the black part in here. His mouth still have the things on the side, and let's actually see how that looks. It'll at least look a little bit more seamless. Now you guys, as I said before, you guys can go in and do this more. Let's see. Peter Piper, 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 Peter. I did just a second ago. So I could go on and do the rest of this, but the principle is the same, guys. Lip sync in the way that I would like to do it is sort of just to learn the actual shapes of the mouth and learn how to draw them. It's very important to learning how to draw, and also to learn to draw them from different perspectives. That's going to be, it's a bit of a challenge, but I'm sure it's worth it in the long run, guys. So I know I haven't made a video in a while, and I hope that this really delivers on that question. And if you guys have any other questions, make sure to leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.